Hello and welcome to another episode of Bulaga. So today is very interesting. We're going to talk about renting in Australia, and we're going to break it down to three things. The first one is the process, the second one is the requirements, and the third one is how much do I have to pay to live in Australia. And it's gonna be quick. I want this video to be as quick and straight to the point as possible, so let's get into it. Before renting a house, guys, you have to first know whether you can pay the rent by yourself, or if you want a shared accommodation, so that you know which website that you need to go to. If you're like me and I'm married and I have a husband and we're capable of renting the house by ourselves and we don't want anyone else, for privacy reasons, then you can go to realestate.com.au. I'm gonna link it on the description box. And if you are probably single and you have a career and you want to work closely in the city or some place like near your work, and you don't or are not capable, or you don't want to pay a lot for rent, you can go do a shared accommodation, and the website for that is flatmates.com.au. This is process. Step one is that you have to look for a house. You can go and sign up for realestate.com.au or flatmates.com.au for an account with them, and you can browse through different locations, different houses, what type of bedrooms, what is it, an apartment, is it a house, or is it a unit that you want to be in, and the price range is also there, guys. So yeah, just look for houses, list it down, write it down, save the link, or shortlist it by clicking on the star button. Second step is to book for an inspection, or if in case you're doing a flatmates or a shared accommodation, contact the person that is in charge or who placed up the ad. So booking an inspection, what does it mean? It basically means that the house that day is open for people to go inside and check the house. Step three is submitting an application. Usually if you go to an inspection, the property manager will give out the application form along with the list of requirements. Now all you have to do is fulfill all those documents, right? Fill it out and everything. And once you're done, the sooner the better. Just submit it with the to the property manager. If you're applying for the shared accommodation, all you have to do basically is to ask the person, like, what do you need from me, so that I can share this accommodation with you. Simple. Submitting an application form doesn't really mean that you already got the house. It just means that you've expressed your interest that you want to be renting the house. So yeah, you just have to wait for the fourth step. And the fourth step is once they've reviewed all the application and they've come to the decision that you're the best person to rent the house, is that they would call you up and ask for two things. Yeah, two things. First is your bond, which is a month's worth of payment, and the next one is 2 weeks worth of rent. The fifth and final step into renting a place in Sydney is that you have to come into the real estate office and sign a contract or a lease. Sometimes they will give you up to 6 months contract, or 1 year, or 2 years. And yeah, and then they will give you the keys and the document that you've signed. If in case it's a shared accommodation, I'm not sure if there's a contract or anything, but I'm pretty sure there would be at some point that the person will give you the keys to the place and tell you, like, hey, welcome to our humble abode. So let's talk about requirements, guys. The first requirement is the application form. You can get that either from the real estate or from the property manager when you go to do an inspection. So if you want to do from the real estate, and if you really like the house, all you have to do is call up the real estate and office and then ask them if they can email you the copy of the application form. Just print it out and fill it up so that you'd be ready to submit the requirements on the day of inspection itself. Second thing they ask from us is 2 valid IDs, which are photocopied. And since, of course, I'm working, my husband's working, we both have to submit our valid IDs. Third one is our paychecks, at least 6 weeks worth of paycheck. They will ask it from you. And the next one would be a payee or a tax invoice if it's available. You can get your tax invoice or your payee through your employer, so ask them if you can get them. And then the last one is if there are any other documents. They will ask you for references, like they would call people and ask for your character, like is he like a good person? Do you think that he'd be able to pay the money on time, all that stuff, or they'd be able to do an employment check as well, or have you been working with this person for a long time? So are there any other documents that they'd be asking from you? Yeah, you have to submit it. And again, submitting an application form doesn't mean that you have it, but that just means that you'll have expressed your interest that you want to rent the house out. And now the last question is how much? How much are we gonna pay to rent a house or an apartment or a unit in Sydney? If you are far from the city, because city's very expensive, and you're renting a 3-bedroom apartment or a unit or a house, the prices that you're gonna be looking at would depend. Again, it might be, or it might start at $380, it might start at $350, up until $550, depending on the location and the convenience as well. If you are near the shops or the train stations, you can always go to realestate.com.au. Mind you that rent here is paid weekly, so whatever your price you see there is on a weekly basis. So again, like in Western Sydney, you'd be looking at between $380 per week to $550 a week. Now, if you decided to do a shared accommodation, that can be discussed with the person that you'd be sharing the accommodation with. Of course, if the house is like $380 and there are 3 people sharing it, then you'll be paying like $100, something per week. So that's it, guys, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it has given you all the information that you need about renting here in Sydney. And if you have any questions or further clarifications, just leave it in the comment section. And we're gonna be continuing our Australian lifestyle series. So if you like, just subscribe to my channel to follow the lifestyle series. And here is my little baby girl about to say goodbye to you guys. Say goodbye now. Bye. And see you guys next week. Bye.